All right, so we started here. Rasasi Hawas, that was the original. And then we said, let's make it a little bit better. And then we went here. Then we got that ice. All right. We kept going. And then we said, let's just do something nobody is expecting. We ended up here. All right. Y'all weren't really happy with that. Let's make you happy. You know, let's add this to the bunch. And that's where I thought we were ending. And I was like, man, I would love for them to get like a green fragrance. And they said, nah, Walt, we ain't doing that. Here we are. Rasasi Hawas Elixir. Why they just didn't call this Rasasi Hawas Gold, I don't know. Why Elixir, I don't know. Nonetheless, let's keep going, because from what I hear, it's supposed to be another clone of another dupe of a fragrance. And I'm like, do we need any more clones up? Y'all starting to act like a Venice and BR 540 and y'all getting up there. Tribal Gold. You know, we've talked about that. The Top of the Kingdom. You know, we've talked about that. We have not talked about this yet, but we've had this for a couple of weeks. Our Moth Club Day and we Lionheart. So if you know, all of these are basically clones, dupes, covers, remixes, inspirations, inspired buys, depictions, impersonations of Lamel Elixir. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into today's conversation. Yo, what's going on, party people, fat boy family? I hope you guys are having an amazing start to your week. It is Monday, and man, the weather is absolutely beautiful. All right, so we're gonna jump into another fragrance review here. Gonna start this week off right, but do me a favor, feel free, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button while you're at it. Go ahead and click the bell to be notified every single time I post new content to the channel. But let's go ahead and jump right into today's conversation. This literally just got off the truck. Shout out to Fragrance Buy, who said we gonna get these shipping issues corrected. I guess it ain't holiday season and a lot of y'all not ordering fragrances or whatever right now. Sorry if it's loud. And they like, we gonna go ahead and get these things shipped out, because I lied to you not. This junk came super quick. Pause. Nonetheless, while I'm opening that, like, did we really need this, or was this already in the works? And I'm gonna tell you from a business standpoint, as a fragrance enthusiast, I'm upset about it, because I'm like, here goes another one of these DNAs. But from a business standpoint, I get it, because if you look at the previous video, I'll put it up there in the info card or over here or in the description. When we were talking about Rasasi Hawas and how I think now they've completed their lineup. Again, you got the OG, you know what I'm saying? And that you can pretty much wear any given scenario. And then you got something that's more suited, you know, for summer and spring. You got this Hashivat type of DNA, which is really going more of a signature scent type vibe. And then you got something that you can kind of put, you know what I'm saying, with fall or winter, and how you were going to see combo packs and all the things that are going to be sold together. And it was a complete line. And then they said, no, we're not complete yet. Let's go ahead and add another fragrance to the picture. So from a business standpoint, I'm not mad at it. But from a just a fragrance enthusiast point, I'm kind of like, you know, was this really necessary? Now, I'm just going to show you the box. You know, I care about boxes. I know some of y'all do. Shout out to my boys, D4G, John, and Razor Ramon, because I told him, I was like, bro, this got to be fake. First of all, I was like, this is the same box as the Rasasi Hawas for her box. I was like, that joint got to be fake. Somebody on Reddit playing games again or whatever. And then it was like, oh no, this is an official release. So I stand corrected. But yeah, that's the box, you know, just a nice gold box, regular, nothing special about it. No hard plastic, just regular plastic, batch code information on the bottom. And the notes aren't anywhere specifically on the box. And I've still been trying to find them, and I did find them over at iFragrance Official. So we're gonna jump into that in a second. But let's show you this bottle. And they kind of did this with the Hawas bottle, but this one is completely gold. So this is gonna be a crazy fingerprint magnet. You can see my camera and everything. I don't like these bottles. I like when they're clear. I like clear bottles. This type of bottle makes it look cheap, but this is a mirror, you know, so if you're ever out, you need to check yourself, this, that, and the third or whatever you can. All right. Cap is definitely solid. Still everything that you expect. I love the fact that they're keeping with the Rasasi on the logo. Nice added touch. The Rasasi logo on top of the cap. All right. And let me go ahead and tell you here, actually, let's hit that atomizer test first. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, one spray. All right, so a little bit. Woo. Okay, there we go. We got a real spray. Took like 3 tries. Woo. That's dense. Okay. Not based on scent, but based on the power of the initial spray, this gives me the same vibes that Hawas Black did, where it's like, whoa. Like, that's a lot. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot going on. So let me hurry up. Let's jump into this and let's talk about the fragrance. So an aromatic gourmand. I wouldn't say so much gourmand. There's nothing about this that evokes food or hunger. Like, it doesn't make me hungry. It doesn't put me in the mind of eating anything. So I wouldn't necessarily say gourmand, but definitely aromatic, gourmand and woody fragrance with top notes of mugwort. So that's going to be like sage-like, like eucalyptus sage-like. So kind of adding to that freshness with the bergamot and the spearmint up top, followed by middle notes of dark chocolate. Interesting. Lavender, benzoin, and in the base, white musk, tonka bean, and vanilla. All right. So I've sprayed this on. I've given it definitely enough time to kind of do what it's going to do, dry down this, that, and the third. You can definitely, it's very sharp. Very sharp. And if you actually read the description itself, it says a fresh, rich blend combining both warmth and sharpness. It's an impeccable choice for those who want to stand out. So that opening again kind of puts me in the mind of Rasasi Hawas Black, which is why I was kind of taken aback. Where I was like, oh my God, like this is a lot. This is not, I'm not gonna say overwhelming, but borderline overwhelming. So be very careful how you breathe that in, because I was like about to choke. But as far as the mugwort, the bergamot, and the spearmint, like I said, you get that blast of freshness and that sharpness in the opening. And then everything kind of goes to this beautiful dark chocolate. Now, let me tell y'all something. That dark chocolate was so beautiful where you can actually smell it. And then it starts to envelop or develop to a point where it's like, so did y'all take this DNA and like put mint chocolate to it? Because you were getting the spearmint, and then you were also getting, it's like eating Thin Mints, you know, from like the Girl Scout cookies. So you were smelling the chocolate, and then you were getting that mint, but then it kind of dissipates. It does not last long. And that's the only thing that's disappointing, because I was like, yo, we don't need another, you know, Rasasi, this is cool for y'all to add to your line. And I think people, we got to remember, everybody, we keep just throwing clones in the same category. This is a different house. So Latafa has their version. Grandeur has their version. Armaf has their version. I'm sure there are other people that have their version. And Rasasi is like, we have our version. These are different companies. So that's what I was saying earlier. As a fragrance enthusiast, it's like, bro, we really don't need this. But from a company standpoint, they're like, we have our own version, whether y'all are sick of it or not. And I thought that chocolate and that mint was going to really, really, really make this different, but it doesn't last long enough for it to kind of be its own thing. Now, to me, this definitely does take on a fresher take. Once it kind of gets to the dry down, it's still a little bit, it's the DNA, it's Lamel Elixir, just like the rest of these. I think once it dries down, because to me, Tribal Gold is still my favorite, bar none. And I think a close second after that is this right here. So if you were looking for something, an alternative, these are the two that I was like, you can't go wrong with either one. Tribal Gold has been out the longest, Then Latifah came out with the Kingdom. Then Armoth came out with Lionheart. I'm going to be talking about this on a separate video because, again, and maybe it's just because of the DNA, I'm kind of getting tired of it, but it's like, I feel like they could have done a little bit better. Like, it's cool, it's good, but it's not life-changing. It's not earth-shattering. Like, it's all right. And I've been letting it sit for 2 weeks. So this ain't one of those things where I'm just, I open it up and I came to that discussion. But this, honestly, if it wasn't for that overwhelming opening and the sharpness of that opening, because of the chocolate nature and because even it's more sharp, it's a lot more dense, definitely heavier on the oils. Looking at my desk here and some of the items I sprayed this on, this honestly, and you can still smell the chocolate there, especially now with that musk and that vanilla and the tonka bean. This honestly would probably become my favorite, but it's too sharp for me. That's the only thing where it's way too sharp for me. So for those of you who are going to ask as it relates specifically to this DNA, who has the best clone specifically to Lamel Elixir? Again, I'm going to say at 1, Tribal Gold, you know what I'm saying? And then at 2, I'm going to say Latifah, the Kingdom. At 3, I'm going to say Hawas Elixir. And then at 4, I'm going to say Lionheart Man. And I'm pretty sure there's some other ones out there that I don't even know about. As it relates to where this fits in the line with the Hawas fragrances, I don't know. Because I felt like Fire completed the line. You had Fire and Ice. So I was like, you can wear those as a combination. I was like, definitely these two right here, they go together. So if you only needed to buy 2 fragrances from Rasasi, boom, you could do that. And then I was like, the other 2, you got 2 signatures, kind of your signatures, everyday wear and then your step out wear, or just basically 2 signature scents. You could do that. But now I really kind of see this right here being one of the main combos or the triplets. I can see that really just being the case right there. Hawas, the OG, Black, and Elixir. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just kind of a first impression. I just wanted to go ahead and get that out there. Yeah, you can use this for lotion. You can use this for Vaseline. Like, it is crazy how thick and dense that was. And like I said, you can still smell it. It's still not as thick as that Hawas Black, because that was crazy work, but it's right there behind it. That's 1A and 1B when it comes to like that oil concentration, that density. But you already know what to do. Holla at your boy. Let me know. Drop the like, drop the subscribe, hit that bell so you can be notified every single time I post new content to the channel. But yeah, we're going to be doing some more content with this specifically. I know y'all going to blow up the comments, be asking a whole lot of questions. So meet me over there in the comment section. But until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Me and my little t-shirt. Yeah, I can laugh at myself.